Success can starve you. This is a teaching from the Gold and Brown Santa Muerte, really the brown. And the gold because the gold is success, right? The gold is money, the gold is business, the gold is entrepreneurship. And this also extends into virality and being an influencer. So I built something successful, and I fed one side of myself and unintentionally starved another. Success can create imbalance, and not because success is bad, but because stewardship is required. Success without stewardship creates imbalance. So I used to have a larger platform. I used to go by my birth name, China Brooks. I had the website since 1998. I let go of it in 2023 and created the Gold Altar. I had viral videos. I was around before the word influencer was a thing. I was an early adopter of YouTube. I have seen the rise of everything. On my old Instagram account, I used to have people who now have millions of followers on their YouTube. They used to follow me on that account. All you will find now is the very charred remains of anything China Brooks. I took it all down, which may sound crazy. However, the Gold Altar was coming through. The Gold Santa Muerte was coming through. And I just had to die. That part of me had to die. I was used to a lot of people consuming my content, consuming me, consuming my energy, watching me. I had people message me and tell me that my content and my presence online and in the world kept them from committing suicide. I had other people telling me that they would turn my YouTube videos into MP3s and they would listen to them as they were going to sleep and listen to them as they were waking up. I helped a lot of people with my work. I did a lot of great work. I helped a lot of people make a lot of money and step into much more powerful versions of themselves. I'm very proud of the work that I did. I was used to my Facebook posts having a lot of eyes on them, being shared across multiple platforms, hundreds of likes on a post. I wrote a lot. I posted a lot. And I had a series of chunks of videos. I was the first human design manifester. I'm a 5-1 manifester like Ra Uruhu, who created the system. I'm not into human design anymore, but I speak fluent human design. And I was the first one to run an all manifester mastermind. If you used to go to YouTube and you would type in human design manifester, my videos would come up first. And I had multiple things that I went viral for and was known for. That was just one of them. Okay, so I want to talk about success and how it can starve you. Everybody wants to go viral, right? But I want to talk about what going viral and virality actually did give me, right? It gave me some wonderful things. Money, straight up. It gave me money. I had luxury. I had beautiful things. I could travel. I had a lot of validation. I had a lot of people loving on me, sending me beautiful care packages and gifts. I'm going to cry. That part was absolutely amazing. Virality in that way gave me a lot. I had people who genuinely loved me, and I saw people's lives seriously change from viewing the work on my platforms. So in that way, I also received opportunities. I worked with very high-end mentors. Mentors who have been in private masterminds on their little private islands with the billionaires. They make a lot of money. I'm not going to name names. I've been able to work with a lot of really quote unquote important people. And I remember one time there was a winner of American Idol. She has a YouTube channel with, at the time, was over 500,000 subscribers. And she and her people were starting a new interview show. And they called me. They wanted to fly me to LA because I wasn't in Los Angeles anymore. I had left. And they wanted me to be the first interview guest for their very first show. There was I turned it down. It just wasn't congruent with me. At the time, they wanted to commodify something that I didn't want to be a part of. So I let that go. And then somebody else, a big celebrity, ended up commodifying that specific thing. No problem, moving on. So it gave me a lot. I learned a lot. I have a lot of, I feel like the guy in Taken. I have a particular set of skills. I mean, I will find you and I will prosper you. I have incredible skills in sales and marketing, in consulting, in organization. I mean, really life-changing skill sets. So that's what it gave me. Now, on the flip side and on the back end, it quietly and sometimes not so quietly took quite a bit from me. In the current society that we live in, this is a dog-eat-dog, consume, devour, take, compete world, right? It's a especially in the United States, it's built on theory, and I don't mean to sound negative here. It's just a simple fact, yeah. We look at big billionaires and CEOs, they didn't get all that money by being, sometimes we have wonderful philanthropists and they do great work. And then we all know that a lot of that money was, it's questionable means how it was acquired, right? So not that I'm saying anything about rich people, love to see it, great. So people were constantly coming to consume, to take, for looking for what they could get, coming with their hands out, right? All the time. And the difficulty for me is that with thousands of people coming to consume my life force, my content, my energy, me, my presence, my character, wanting something from me, wanting to be like my best friend, wanting access to me, wanting to be in my life, everybody wanted something, right? I fed a specific part of me. So if you've been following my work and you see I have a carousel post that I created and I talk about, this is from the Gold Brown Santa Muerte, and I talk about there are two sides to me, and one is China core and what is I call Dorada core. Dorada core loves luxury, money, wealth, beauty, all things refined and high class, high quality. China core likes wearing Dickies overalls. She likes cleaning. She likes taking long walks. She likes putting her hand and fingers in the dirt. I read that having dirt underneath the fingernails from gardening, especially when we're creating, working with vegetables and fruits and things like that, and growing things, that it kills depression. So China core is really humble, really down to earth, low to the ground kind of thing. Likes to cook, right? These are two sides to me, but I didn't realize that at the time. And Dorada core, I had the great part of success is that I had all this, I had money for adventures and on jewelry and gorgeous clothes and cars and travel and all of that. Yeah. And it looks amazing for people when you post that online. They're like, oh my God. And I came from an era where we overshared. That was normal to share a lot. It was like a reality show. We were living our lives online like a reality show and people ate it up. But what I didn't realize at the time is that I was starving China core. Oh my God, she was so hungry, poor baby girl. And so as I was being consumed by others, I was not replenishing myself enough. Till I eventually sort of became I hear my spirits go sort of, I became a shell of myself. And this impacted my health for a while. It just impacted my mindset. And I learned So it took, I was listening to Lady Gaga, and she had this wonderful interview where she talks about, she goes off alone when she's going to create something. She has to nourish herself, and she doesn't answer the phone. She turns all the phones off. She doesn't watch the TV, the news, nothing. She doesn't go online. She just creates. And she doesn't listen to anybody's opinions. And she says that she has this part of herself, it's the core of herself, that she reserves only for her and a very few people. They do not get access. And the thing is that fans, followers, the audience, viewers, anything, clients will want access to that part of you. It must be shielded, and it's only for you, and it's only for the core people who are close to you that nourish you. And you have to have people around you that nourish you, like in your inner circle. They have to be people that nourish you, that feed you, because so much of the general public and people that are out there wanting something from you are going to be consuming you. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. So in that way, that platform stopped being fun for me. It was successful. It thrived because it was fun. And then as one part of me, the China core part of me, starved to feed the Dorada core was the one that was posting the content. It was the one that was exciting and this and that for the most part, right? Then that part of me just was overfed and the other was starved. And then, so it was not fun anymore. And so in a way, virality took the fun out of it for me. I don't know if you've seen creators that they have huge followings, but then their content becomes repetitive and they're constantly still trying to find stuff to post. And instead of doing what everybody knows they should do, which is take a break, they keep going, right? So content creation can become energetically extractive. It's nobody's fault. It's just the way that we're all programmed. It's the way that the internet and social media is run by these big, oligarchs, and it's a technocracy. Technocracy. Yeah, I think I said that right. I heard my spirit's like, it doesn't matter. Just get the word out. So the extraction can occur when thousands of people are consuming your energy, right? Dorada core was fed, China core became undernourished. And this is the Gold and Brown Santa Muerte teaching, which is balance, 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 balance. So you may wonder why is the gold altar still small? Why is it not this viral thing? Why would this is that? This is why, because the gold altar is for me first. It's to nourish me first. It's something that teaches me balance. It is a container that heals me and grows me first. It feeds me and fuels me and nourishes me first, and then everybody else. So I am learning and being taught balance by the Gold and Brown Santa Muerte. And now I pass this teaching on to you because success can starve you when you're not careful. Luxury alone is not nourishment. Visibility alone is not nourishment. And I know that sounds kind of crazy to say that luxury alone is not nourishment, right? But how many times have we seen, CEOs of companies or producers of networks, and they have a lot of money and their shows are doing really well, but they miss their kids' birthday or first walking for the first time or this or that or their graduation or something really important. They're missing things and having to give up things in their life. Maybe they get divorced. Something else is malnourished. Something else is starving and there's no balance, right? And that's why I say luxury alone is not nourishment. Visibility alone is not nourishment. Because let me tell you the story, and this is a true story. There's a guy, he had, 1 million followers on his YouTube. Oh my God, he had so many videos. He pulled his channel. He was around for a long time. He pulled his channel eventually because he had so many videos and they were good. It was a spiritual channel. And he never charged anybody, his audience. They were all free. And then finally, one day, he started to make content, specific content, and he said that this new content would be $1. People would have to pay $1 for it. And he got messages from people saying that he was greedy. $1, saying he was greedy. I mean, some horrible things were said to him over asking for $1 after giving years of service. So let me tell you, having 1 million followers does not equate to money. Visibility does not mean money. And I also too, I had some mentors that had, if you look on one of them on the Instagram, small Instagram, only like 900 followers. I used to have way more followers than that on my Instagram under the China Bricks platform. You won't find that now. It's a new account that I don't have access to. Well, it's not new anymore, but I digress. They make millions of dollars, a minimum of hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And that was a while ago. And only like 900 followers on Instagram. I'm telling you, count invoices, not likes. People are counting likes like it means something. But unless that equates to sales and people actually buying products, it's not, visibility alone is not nourishment. And money alone is not nourishment unless we know what to do with the money to actually feed ourselves in a balance, because we can use money to go hurt ourselves. You know, an alcoholic wins the lottery and they're going to drink themselves to death. I mean, you know what I mean? So what does stewardship actually look like? Right? That's having a balance. Stewardship looks like, well, I invite you to identify your own neglected aspects, right? You have different aspects that require stewardship. Yours are going to be completely different from mine. I have China core and Dorada core. You're going to have something else. You may even have more than 2. Stewardship looks like identifying those parts of yourself and feeding them both. So for example, for me, stewardship looks like tending to a garden. I'm posting a lot of content right now, but you'll see, I'll disappear for a little bit. I'll leave you guys with some stuff so you're fed, you're well fed, and then I will pull back. And you'll know in those times that I'm feeding China core. I'm going on walks. I'm smelling lavender trees, like little lavender blooms. I'm going to squish in between my fingers and I'm going to smell them. Same with rosemary. I'm going to breathe deeply. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to go dance. I'm going to feed China core. I'm going to eat healthy food. I'm going to go to the farmer's market. So stewardship looks like having a balance and feeding all parts of ourselves and understanding what each part actually requires. It might mean that one part requires to be off of the internet and social media for a day, 2 days, every week. I remember one time I went on this, I had a sabbatical, and I gave my laptop and my phone to the person running it. They turned it off and hid it from me for 10 days. They fed me, made me bone broth. I was out in nature. I mean, sometimes that's what we have to do. That's China core being fed. I would go visit my family on the Cook Islands where, there's no electrical wires. There's no, it's a paradise. Look it up. Maina Cook Islands, Aitutaki Cook Islands, and stay there for a month. That's feeding China core. So figure out what you require, what you need to feed and nourish all aspects and parts of yourself. This is the teaching of the Gold and Brown Santa Muerte. That's it.